eyes are raw this week because we have had Makeup by Mario, we have had Pat McGrath, the big palette, we have had the two Quints, I have Natasha coming, I have the new Lancôme holiday coming, I have the new, what is it? Half Magic Glitter Puck. They're a little rough, but I figured today we could take a look at the little minis from Pat McGrath, because I haven't done a video with those yet. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please continue to watch and hear more musings on life, and consider liking, subscribing. You can use my links to shop. It really helps my channel. And yeah, I hope you enjoy today. It's just going to be a good old-fashioned get ready with me. Now, there are 3 of these. There's Petallic Passion, there's Astral Noir, and Celestial Jade. Petallic Passion, I believe, is an online-only exclusive. Actually, I think all these are online only, aren't they? This one has kind of the most standard colors in it. So I'm not going to use it today because I only have 2 eyes. But I wanted to go ahead and swatch it for you because nonetheless, they are beautiful colors. And one thing I noticed is that in these, which people kind of complained about them being $25, which granted is a lot, it's less than the Patrick Ta that's coming out. But I did notice that the pan size on these is the same pan size that's in the big mega ship, whatever it's called this year, the mega eyeshadow palette, and not the smaller size that's in the Quints. So you are getting a little bit more product, but in order to really get the benefit of them, you're going to have to match them with probably a matte of your choice. I have Statuesque from Pat McGrath. I have her black, so I'll probably end up using those today because I like to ground it with a matte. But for Petallic Passion, we have Crystal Blossom. Oh, I'm so bad at this. And we have Petallic Passion. And last year, that's beautiful, if you purchased the Quint Sunrise something, I can't remember what it was called. It was the online exclusive Quint last year. It had that Petallic Passion color in it. So you may already have that color, but it's a beautiful little, duo. So let's see. To get started, I'm going to start with my brows, and I'm just going to use my Benefit. So if you saw my video on the Makeup by Mario palette, the Moonlight palette, you noticed that I said I have some big changes coming in my life. I took a new job and I'm moving, and that's going to be next week, which is crazy. And I am terrified. Now, I'm keeping my house and I'm just going to lock my stuff in it and get like a rent controlled apartment and come back over because it's not that far. So that it's not as overwhelming as it could be. I'm not like packing a crazy amount. I'm just going to take, clothes and stuff like that. Makeup, of course, for you lovely people. But it's still overwhelming. I mean, when you've lived somewhere for 20 years, it can be a little bit daunting to think about. So I'm going to grab, I'm actually going to grab my Pat McGrath primer, and I'm going to lay that down on the eyelids. I like this. It's good with metallics. It's really good with Pat products, obviously. It's expensive, so I end up using like the Selena Gomez one more, the Rare Beauty one, but I do like this one. Has anyone else seen that Emilia Perez movie that is being advertised? I'm sorry, what? Did we just freeze? I guess we just froze. What the fuck? That Amelia Perez movie that's being advertised that Selena Gomez is in and with Zoe Saldana. Apparently she's incredible, and both of them are like favorites to get Oscar nominations. Little Miss Rare Beauty, she first got one earlier this year, an Emmy nomination for Only Murders, and now she's gonna get that. Oh, and she's a billionaire. But I guess enough about her. We're back to Pat. I'm gonna go ahead, since we're gonna do a full face, and just put on my Refer moisturizer. I'm still using the lighter weight one. I think it's number 2. It's the summer one, because it's still warm here. And my skin is so dry. I did my Tasha water cream last night, but like I said, I was making so many videos that I just don't think it's had a chance to catch up. Now, with the, like I said, with the duos, I find that I have to use either like the Pat McGrath Statuesque, which is her single shadow. It's my favorite actually of her single kind of neutral shadows. I wish she would come out with it again because I love it. It's the perfect kind of neutral tan. And then she also has a Blackest Black, or I guess it's not Blackest Black. I can't remember what she calls hers. Let me look. Extreme Black. Blackest Black is Natasha's. But I mean, you could use either. They're both great. I have Pat's in a drawer, but like Natasha's Blackest Black is great, and it's always on sale on her website, and you get a ton of it. She also has a black with gold sparkles, but it's a large pan. So I'm gonna start by just throwing some of the Statuesque in the crease on the eye that I'm gonna use Celestial Jade on. And you'll see, it's just a very neutral, you know, you could use your bronzer if you wanted. Sometimes those have a little bit of sheen to them though. So if you don't want to do that, then yeah, just if you can find like a single of the Idels from Pat McGrath, or if you find like a good neutral like this Statuesque color that works for you, buy it, because you'll use it, and that way you're not having to open up a mothership or something every 5 minutes when you need just a single. And I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, that looks nice. It just creates a base for us to put. And you know, with these little mini palettes with only 2 colors in them, it's really important that you have a good base there. Otherwise, you could just have a green wash of color, like in the Jade one, which, don't get me wrong, could be nice, but I find that I like them grounded a little bit more. And one trick is if you have like the Pat McGrath Intensify, really, that just broke off. It's like it heard me talking about it. Good thing I have like 12 of these. No, is that it? Is this one dead? Motherfucker. Pat. Pat. Why? Let me grab another one. Anyway, trick. You can take these and put them down over a mat in an area that you want to be darker, and it will make the mat crazy intense. So I'm gonna grab that Statuesque color again and just put it over where I just put that down, and it makes it so concentrated. A lot of people think that the Pat McGrath Intensify wand is only for metallics, and that's true. It works really well with metallics and special shades, but if you use it with a matte, it's just going to make it really intense in that area. So the Celestial Jade, I'm guessing this is the bestseller because I see it all over online, but I'm just going to take the Jade color on my finger. It's beautiful if you can't tell. Let me find my camera and place it all over the lid. Now, if I wanted this to be even more intense, I could have put that brown under it. But I'm just showing off this color today, and this is spectacular. That is a beautiful color. I am so glad, like I said in the other video, that she's done this Italian formula on her products this holiday season, because it is really like one step below the mothership, but so much better than her other formulas. I'm going to just work that brown back in the corner a little bit. That is beautiful. Now, on the inner corner here, I'm going to grab the other color from the Celestial Jade, which is Moonlight Gold. It's a pretty kind of neutral light gold color. And I'm just going to place that on this inner. This would be a good look for the holidays. It'd also be a really good look for like St. Patrick's Day. I don't want a ton. I want the green to be the star of the show here. So, yeah. So we'll come back in a second and do the lower lash after I put concealer and all on. But I wanted to go ahead and work on the other one. And for the other one, I'm going to grab Pat McGrath's Extreme Black Idol. But like I said, find a black that works for you. Natasha has a great one. I'm sure Urban Decay has one. But Pat has a great one too. This is the Natasha, excuse me, no, this is the Pat. I kind of wish Natasha would come out with a black single in her newer, that silky formula. But you know, she has black in My Dream, she has it in Safari, she has it in Mini Xenon. I mean, she has that black in a lot of palettes, so it must work really well for her. I'm gonna go ahead and put the black on the lid, and I'll show you why in a second. So yeah, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous about this upcoming move. I was supposed to have a meeting this week out of state, and I had to cancel it. I was like, I don't have the bandwidth. And I felt bad, but you have to know when you just can't do it. That looks nice. I mean, it looks like a raccoon eye right now, but you're gonna see it's gonna look pretty cool when we're done, if I do say so myself. I'm so sad I'm out of a Pat. I only have like 12 more of those. Is it really not gonna come, any more gonna come out of it? That's what she said. Okay. So I'm gonna grab a Pat that still has some in it. I should grab a holiday sale this year. I gotta get some more of these. I go through a lot of these. I go through a lot of her Rose Essence. I'm trying to think of other Pat items that I fly through. Those are probably the two most. Because, you know, with eyeshadows, you're mixing it up. If you have a large Pat collection, you maybe use a Pat palette, once a week? Okay. Now on this one, this is the Astral Noir. And I'm gonna start with the color Astral Noir, groundbreaking, which is this beautiful black with multicolored sparkles in it. Well, it's not really multicolored. It looks like it's just kind of like a silver and then like a different color black. It is intense. And if you put the black down first, like I did, the matte, it's gonna be even more intense. Because this has those clear and like silvery sparkles in it, it looks wet. This is not gonna be for everyone, I can tell you that already. A lot of people would hate this look, I bet. It's just very intense. And then the other color in here is called Blitz Gold, and it is the the Pat McGrath. She loves like yellow gold. You can't get around it. It reminds me of the one that's in, God, what one does this have? I think it's in Utopian Dream, maybe, or maybe it's in to line those two, but one of them has like this intensely yellow gold, and that's what this is like. But I'm just gonna grab it for the inner corner. I mean, you could do a full look of this and flip it and have like a Soul Train look of just pure 70s gold, which would be gorgeous. I'm gonna try to merge these together a little bit by using lighter pressure where the two meet. Yeah, that is intense. I don't know that that's necessarily a look that I would do often, but it'd be cool for Halloween. I hadn't thought about that. Okay, now I'm gonna take some of my finger and just barely touch that edge to try to blend those two together a little bit more and create a gradient. Yeah, that worked. I don't know if you can tell there. I feel like that area around the black is incredibly needs to be blushed out a little bit. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of a powder foundation. This is the Fenty one, the Pro Filter in 200. I don't reuse this as a foundation. I use it to clean up eyeshadow edges. And it works really well just to soften edges. You could use a clean brush, but I find this works really well. And this particular powder foundation is powdery, so it actually diffuses nicely. You can see there, it just kind of created a gradient. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is my concealer. What do we want to do today? What haven't we done in a while? Well, first let's put on some primer. I'm going to grab some of the Danessa Myricks Moisture Balm because my skin is so dry. And I really like this product, just a light coating of it under the eyes in particular. You're priming them for the concealer, and it works really well. Okay, so that gave me some moisture because my skin is dry today. Okay, what do we want to do for, you know what, let's do Dior. I haven't done Dior in a while. So this is the Dior Backstage in 2N. I have that black paint, or that black eyeshadow on my fingers. I should go through like my desk one day of what I keep on here because I think it might be helpful to people. But one thing that I do that I think is really, I don't know if it's helpful or not, but I keep these little bottles, and so I keep one with water and one with rubbing alcohol. I also probably could, you know, I could do like a eye makeup remover in there, like the Sephora one. Even if it's separated, I could just shake it in the bottle. Because sometimes I use that to just get makeup off at the end of the night. Okay, so let's go back in with the Dior. Let me grab one of my Sonia Crochet brushes. And this is, again, 2N in the Backstage. There's that smell that Dior is so known for. This is not as bad as some of their products. This is a thinner, it's a classic, but it's a thinner, you know, consistency. So I do like to just let it sit for just a second on there. And then I just kind of, with this one, I use a more stout brush, and I just kind of do little circles to blend it in. And we'll clean up that edge in a second. Because I realized that I just covered some of that gold with concealer. But, you know, you do the best you can. pretty good. What do I call them? That other video. It's a pretty good war horse. You know, concealer. Is it groundbreaking? Is it, you know, going to change the world? No. Okay. Let me go back in with that blitzed gold. Where I covered it up just slightly with that foundation. And I'm going to go back in over here in the inner corner. You gotta really commit to this look. And I'm gonna come in under the tear duct just to that, so it matches what's on top. And then on the other one, I need to go in and do the same thing, but on that one, the gold color is called Moonlight Gold, which is kind of a gold I, you know, prefer. It's like a lighter gold. Yeah. You know, one thing I don't do that a lot of people feel comfortable doing, and I just don't, is mix palettes. I am not one of those people that takes one color from one palette and one from another. My best friend does all the time, and it drives me bananas because I don't know how he can do it, but he does. Okay, so now with the green, I'm going to follow that along the bottom there. As close as I can. And the same with the black on the other side. I was gonna say smoke these out, but I'm not sure that I necessarily need to. Because you know, there's only so much you can do when, I mean, one is, you know, I just did a fine line on the bottom. So what I'm gonna do as far as liners is, do I have a gold that's like that yellow? I don't think so. I don't think I have anything that yellow. So on the green one, I'm gonna do, wow, I didn't just do that, I almost did the wrong one. This is Black Coffee. This is one that I have to pick up quite a bit. I have never found an eyeliner, a brown one, that I like as well. And I'm gonna kind of just define that out a little bit with a wing over that brown I did. And I can actually go in a little bit and just create like a baby wing. The star of the show is the green, so I don't want to take away from it too much. The other one is the one that's going to be a problem because I don't have anything that's like that yellow. So I guess the smartest thing to do, if I could find it, would just be to do black. So I think I'm going to just do black on this side. If you had a yellow gold though, that would look really cool there. I say that, but I don't have it. I don't know that it would. Or would it look kind of like it was infected? I don't know. I'm going to clean up this edge a little bit. And I should say that I am using my Pat McGrath black, but it's in there somewhere. Oh, now I see it, motherfucker. But this is just Tattoo Studio by Maybelline, which I like. Okay. So those look pretty cool. I sound like Miley Cyrus. Those look pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna just curl these up a little. You know, I probably should have done my base first, since this is more eyeshadow focused, but whatever. I'm not going out like this. I've got my brown YSL, and I'm going to put that on the green one. This is a product that I get at the Sephora sale. Maybe I'll start building your cart, because I had. There's some Valentino in there. There's Westman Atelier, the contour stick that I end up going through like 3 of them a year because I'm so bad at it. And then I'm going to do the YSL black on the other one, because what else are you going to do when you got something this dramatic? These are nice. I like the little duos. You know, I thought the $25 was high, but then I realized that they are the larger pan. It's not like the mothership pan. Those are like big. This is the one that's kind of in between the Quince and that. But then when I saw those Patrick Ta, I was like, well, these at $12 are better than Patrick Ta at $24. Granted, his packaging is really nice, but I'm not that invested in that. Okay. You know, that would mean like to get the 10 of them. Like say you wanted to make a mothership of just those Patrick Ta shadows. It would be like $400. Think about that. I don't understand necessarily where he gets off. And I did see those like lipstick lesbians or whatever talking about the cost of the pearl in them, and I get it. Like that's expensive, but Pat's not making hers $20 or $42, and you know, Urban Decay, well, I guess an Urban Decay like Moon Dust is pretty high. That's like $24, $25. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just not all there. Okay, so I'm gonna grab to go with the Dior. I'm gonna grab the Dior Backstage. You know, good old Warhorse. This is 2CR, which is gonna look really cool when I put it on, but I promise it does work at the end. I also like the Dior Stick Foundation, the new one. People say it's a dupe for the Tom Ford. It is not. It's very nice, don't get me wrong, but a dupe, it's not. Okay. This is a nice foundation. I mean, it's just... Is it spectacular? No, but is it a nice, like, can be used on a lot of different skin types and it looks nice? Yeah. And it's not as heavily scented as like the regular Dior, not the Backstage line, but the regular, like even the foundation stick from Dior has that scent much stronger than this does. It's more subtle. I mean, but look at that. I mean, it's a nice medium coverage. It could be built up, I'm sure. I'm not going to because, well, I live in Arkansas. So typically, unless I'm going out with friends, I make these little videos, take the photos, and then this shit comes off. So, you know, maybe when I move, but even then, I mean, when am I ever going to do 2 different looks? I look batshit crazy. Look how much bigger the black eye looks than the other one. Of course, that could be because I have more folds in the green one. Maybe this new job will allow me the opportunity to save up some money and get an eye lift. This is my Dior contour stick. Very nice. Not Westman Atelier, but very nice. This is the regular Dior product, so you can smell it. Okay, so I'm gonna just mix this in. It is a nice product, don't get me wrong. I don't know what the per like gram difference is in the Westman Atelier. They're very similar. Maybe you get more product with the Dior? I don't know. I haven't done the comparison on those. remember what Gucci Westman tells us, which is to always work upwards. As I just did the opposite of that. But, you know, she's not here. She's in the Hamptons with her gorgeous husband and God knows what. And we're left here to die in middle America. I'm gonna grab my Armani bronzer, mainly because I can't use this that much longer because it's kind of glowy. This is definitely a summer product. So, you know, I'll switch to a matte bronzer or just contour, I mean, soon because it'll turn to fall, which I don't mind. I'm looking forward to the cooler temperatures. That's for goddamn sure. Okay, what do we want to do for blush? I mean, I don't know. This looks very dramatic. Let's do, you know what? Let's do the new Danessa Myricks ones. That little quad set, that's on the Sephora list if you don't already have it. That's a great deal. It's 4 of her blushes, 2 regular size, 2 minis, and then 2 of the 4 are new colors, including this one, Spice Latte, which is really gorgeous. So I'm gonna just put this on. These are heavily pigmented. Where do I want to put this? What goes with black and yellow? Okay, I'm gonna do this over here. These are heavily pigmented. But that is a great deal, and I think it's like $30, and you get a lot of product. Okay, what blush goes with black and yellow? That I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna do the other new color, which maybe this is gonna look like hot wet shit, but we're just showing off products here. I'm not going outside. This is the Red Velvet color, which is the other new one. This is also very pigmented. This reminds me a little bit of the viral RMS one that she uses on Victoria's Secret models, or she says she used to use on Victoria's Secret models. It kind of reminds me of that color. It kind of works. I mean, that is going to be, you'll probably end up doing a neutral if you do black and gold, but it works. I did see the RMS is coming out with some new colors in their lights. I know that the pink is coming, which has already been out. It was part of a set, so I actually have that. But I'm hoping that she does like a slate blue gray. I think that would be really nice in that formula. I am burning up in here because I didn't turn the fan on because I didn't want the thump, 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 thump in the background. Okay, what else do we have to do here today? The highlight. So I'm just gonna grab, what do we want to do? Let's do Peau de Pêche for our friend, this is Peau de Sante. For our friend Tanya Wells. Get yourself a drink.
You can grab something to drink or...
So, in tribute to her, we will do this. They are beautiful. From Westman Atelier, the super loaded cream highlighters. I feel like if I had done something super duper sparkly, it would have just, I mean, I would have looked more like a drag queen, which is a goal. I mean, that is certainly a goal. Fembot. Yeah. So that's using two of the 3. Again, Petallic Passion is the other one, which is really pretty. It would probably be the easiest to use. So like if you were gonna buy one of these duos as a gift, I'd probably give the Petallic Passion one because it's gonna be more universal. The 2 that I have on today are much more editorial, but they are lovely. Don't get me wrong. They're kind of reminiscent of, you know, very editorial Pat McGrath. I'm kind of impressed with that ombre that I created with this gold and black with just 2 colors. Maybe you can't see that on here, but who knows? Anyway, go ahead, like, subscribe, follow, please. It helps my channel. Unsolicited Advice on Instagram and on YouTube. And if you're looking at any of these, please consider shopping my links. It'll be listed down below. And then on Instagram, it's up there at the top where it says Shop My. You know, Sephora rarely works for me, but Ulta, the other ones do. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it gave you a chance to see the 3 little baby palettes. I mean, how cute would this be in a stocking? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.